Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be tackling the question of who fired that mysterious shot in the ONI Sword Base intro cutscene on Halo Reach. So, this was brought to my attention a while ago, and more recently again, by Police Bread, who showed me some footage of a cutscene he recorded on Halo Reach, the ONI Sword Base intro cutscene, where during a very brief moment in the cutscene, specifically during the part where you see the map of the area, you see a plasma bolt just really quickly fly across the screen. So let me show it to you here right now. This is his recording. You see it right there, it just flew across real quick, and there it is again in slow motion. So right now, like, here it is, and you can see it's just a random plasma bolt. Could be fired by anything really, any Covenant weapon. And in his case, it happened twice in his cutscene. There it is again, just flies across the screen really fast. Even at like super slow motion, it goes by really quick, and it's really easy to miss. Now, when I tried it myself, it didn't happen to me. In fact, it's actually very rare that it happens in general. It only happens occasionally, but it does happen. And, you know, it was actually a big mystery to me for a while, and I finally got around to looking into it, and now we know exactly who fired that shot. Who fired first in this cutscene. So to figure that out, we had to basically mod the game so that we could fly around during the cutscene and see it from a different angle, which, you know, obviously that allows us to see exactly who fired that shot and where it came from. So my first suspicion was that the plasma bolt originated from somewhere up here near the mountains, because up here is where there's like a little air battle going on here between Banshees and Falcons. Well, low poly Falcons and Banshees. But even though they're like just kind of low poly flocks of LOD vehicles, they are actually firing shots up here. Like, you will see the Falcons firing machine gun bullets, and the Banshees will be firing their plasma cannon bolts. And at first, you know, I thought that's where it came from. But I was wrong, because that whole map scene during the cutscene where Auntie Dot is showing you all the locations, that map is not anywhere near that air battle. Where it's actually happening at is down here, where there's a little battle on the ground going between some Marines or some troopers and a lot of Covenant troops. Now, nothing is really happening during this battle much. They're all just shooting at the Marines or troopers, and they're just standing still and not dying because they're invincible. So it's mostly just like a pre-scripted battle. They're just shooting at each other, and that's it. Nobody like dies or anything. But what's most important is the map scene spawns here in the courtyard of ONI Sword Base, and this is where the whole scene happens, and the cutscene camera will be like placed right up against the map. There's actually a few layers to the map. You can see the Auntie Dot HUD effects, and the second layer is the Falcons that you see flying across the map during that scene. They're actually really tiny 2D low detail Falcons that are flying across the screen when you see it during the cutscene. But anyways, this is where that happens, and when it changes the map or the view of the scene, it just switches these it moves these scenes around, and it deletes one and moves the next one. See, it just changes the scenes. That is how the cutscene works behind the scene. But because it's in the courtyard here with an active shooting battle going on in the distance over there, you can see sometimes some shots do fly really close. And the reason why a plasma bolt sometimes just fires randomly across the screen is because one of the enemies, one of the elites during the battle, just literally fired in this direction, and just fired it perfectly enough that it actually flew between the layers where you could actually see it in a cutscene. Because even if it flies above it, like, you wouldn't see it. Like that green plasma bolt, you wouldn't see that. It has to be between this Auntie Dot layer and the actual map layer itself. So it has to be a relatively precise, you know, random shot to be able to show up in a scene. And it can happen, but it's entirely random. It's entirely chance. because during that battle, the elites, the Marines, and everything, they're all just like moving around randomly. And sometimes when the Marines get hit, they might move like left or right, and because of that, the elites will adjust their shot based on where the Marines are. And if the Marine stumbles in just the right direction, then the elites will sometimes miss their shots. You know, just close enough to the Marine, but it will still miss their shots, and those shots will fly just in the right spot over the map during the cutscene. And I would say it's most likely this elite here that fired the shot that we see sometimes in that cutscene. Because the other elites, I tried this a few times. It seems the one standing here, they stopped firing after a while. And even if they were still firing, I don't think they're in the right angle to be able to fire a shot perfectly all the way down, like across the map. So it's most likely this elite here that fired that shot. So there you guys have it. That is how that ONI Sword Base cutscene works, first of all, and really how any map scene in Halo Reach cutscenes work in general. But now you also know, if you ever encountered that little scene, that little scenario with the shot flying across the screen, now you know who fired it. It was indeed an elite firing a stray shot from his plasma rifle. But yeah, so there you guys have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. And if you did enjoy it, then as always, make sure to leave a like. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Anything else we can check out, you know, any other mysteries you want me to look into, or any question you want me to tackle, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll definitely do my best to get around to it when I get a chance. But aside from that, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!